This is New York Comic Con 2016, and I'm here with Comics Verse.
We're here again at the Justice League Dark Junket with the director of the film. You were talking a little bit before about the action. I heard you from talking to everyone else. What inspired the action? Is it more magic oriented? Is it more physical oriented? Because obviously you're going to have Batman, you're going to have John Constantine, you're going to have Zatanna, Deadman, all these different characters. What is the action of this film particularly?
I try to, I'm normally known for a lot of my action stuff, whether it's like the full choreographed martial arts stuff to the over-the-top like Justice League War, like superhero stuff. So with this one, I wanted to really kind of push the magic aspect. And the magic aspect, I just looked at Full Metal Alchemist and anime as well as like Harry Potter. Like I asked myself, okay, if I was going to do Harry Potter, what would I do visually that's different, Instead of just having wands, I had floating runes. I really tried to come up with a kind of a magic system that hasn't maybe existed in the DC, and at least the animated stuff, that really was different than what you saw in the past, and that's kind of how I approached it, try to do something new, especially since this was a New 52 universe. Yeah. And since this is the first time we've ever kind of tackled magic, so I thought, what the hell, let me try something different,
How much time did you spend with the source material of the Justice League Dark from New 52?
Of course, I read a lot of the comics, and I'm a big fan of the characters. I watched actually a lot of the Constantine episodes with Matt Ryan, and so, it's good to know the source material, but at the same time, you always want to bring something new to it. So I try to be reverent to what the characters at their core, what they're about, but at the same time, try something new and something that the audience has never seen before, and that's really what we tried to do with all these films.
Did you find it difficult then to do the magic aspect, or was it more fun? What was that experience like?
It's a little bit easier than just remember, like trying to do a fight sequence with like Batman and Deathstroke, for example. Like I'm stringing together different martial arts moves from Jeet Kune Do to Jiu-Jitsu and all these different things. And that's a lot of work. Whereas like this, it was just a matter of the concept. Okay, now when Zatanna casts a spell, what does that look like? And what exactly is that spell? Like how crazy over the top do I want to make it, or do I want to ground it a little bit better? The one thing that I was trying hard to do was I needed to figure out like what a small spell was for like Zatanna or these other characters, and what a big spell was. And when you do the big spell, like how does that look visually and make it different, and feel bigger and more, more of a threat. And that was the hard part. But like normally when I do the martial arts stuff, that's usually the harder one.
Okay. As far as the film goes, how dark is it exactly? This is an animated film.
It's just like our other films. It's definitely not for kids. We don't make these for kids, but these are for the fans. We make them for the fans. So dark is such a very subjective term. Now, I did direct the film like a horror film. Mm-hmm. I wanted to make it feel like you're watching a horror film, and I didn't want to make it feel like a horror light film. So we tried to really be true to the genre of a horror film, but have superheroes in it as well as, it's still an action film, so there's still going to be a lot of action stuff, but we try to, at its core, it's a mystery that has scary elements to it, and you throw superheroes in it, and that's basically what it is.
Now, to have all these magic characters and then Batman, who's obviously none of that. What exactly is his involvement in the film, and how much of a crux is he to the story?
Basically Batman is kind of our through story. Like he's the one who is investigating these occurrences, and through him we are introduced into this paranormal, supernatural world. And I think it's a good way to kind of inform the audience that we're going from a universe which is tights and spandex and capes into this other kind of much darker universe where, instead of you dying being the worst thing that happens, it's actually your soul being taken. And I think, and we use Batman as kind of like that kind of vehicle to introduce the audience into the Justice League Dark universe.
How much time did you spend with the rest of the crew producing the film, and then obviously going through the voice acting? How much interaction and changes did you go through talking to the other voice actors, and again, producer and then DC?
We do like 3 of these a year, so it's very short time. Like I think pre-production is about 3 months. So from the time I get the script to the time that we have to ship it, it's like about 3 months. And within that time, we record the actors, and we record them maybe for like a day or two of a session, and we record them all differently. So it's really, really fast. And then during that time, I'm looking at backgrounds, designs. I'm working with Phil Barassa, asking, we're looking at like the new characters, things that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna mention like, oh, I need a monster that looks like this, or I need something like this, and like I said, it's all within like a 3-month time. It's really, really fast. And then it goes overseas to get animated, and when it goes overseas animated, then I go on to my next movie, and then while I'm on the next movie, then the animation comes back, then we do post, we edit it together, and then that's when we get it ready.
Well, you can catch Justice League Dark in 2017. Thank you for your time, Jay. You can find us on all forms of social media: Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. We're having an awesome time at the con, and have a good night.